right? So when you buy muscles, actually, let's see, that's totally close, right? So this is very live, but you're going to be dead soon. Sorry, you know. But we're going to eat them. I mean, you got to sacrifice something. I mean, they don't scream. It's okay. But it's so important that you don't cook a dead mussel because you'll just get really bad stomach, right? So go through that. Now, if you do get mussels and you should try to use them the same day. But if you don't use them the same day, the best thing to do, they have that kind of plastic mesh bag. Wrap them tight, really tight, and twist it, so then they can't move and open, forcing them closed. And if you don't have that, believe it or not, for all you guys that wear pantyhose, grab your pantyhose. I was actually talking about the girls, but pantyhose works great. I mean, clean pantyhose, practically, right? Stick your muscles in there, time, they can't open either. They'll be like, oh my God. They're like, dude, we're in pantyhose. Not a good sign, right? So make sure to keep the muscles closed. So we're gonna cook these up, but I'm gonna just demo a little bit. So here's some shallots. Everyone know how to cut? Who doesn't know how to hold a knife and slice? Anyone? One person admits it. You all are professional cooks? Really? You all want to be the next Iron Stupid Chef? Whatever. For that one person, may I show you? And I actually did this in photo. When you hold a knife, can you guys see over there? Chris Wilson, pay attention. What are you, twittering? For the love of God. You hold a knife like this with two fingers, right? That's how you hold a knife. It actually folds into your hand because there's a handle. But just like when you play squash or golf or tennis, these are the fingers with all control. And one's not even a finger, one's called a thumb, right? That's how you hold a knife. You can actually use a knife just like this. You don't even need the rest of it. But most of us have 3 other fingers, so just wrap it around the handle. Don't do the rookie move and put your finger here, because you can slip and you can catch yourself, all right? So that's how you hold a knife. Now, if you ever cut your fingertips, you're really not doing it correctly. The proper way to slice is your fingertips are actually holding this shallot. And you see, I'm going to put a line there. That's where my fingertips are actually. And what I'm doing is sliding the knife on my knuckle, right? And then, as I bring my fingertips back, it follows my knuckle. Which is also why you never lift the knife all the way off the floor, because then you can get your knuckle. All right? So I'll go really slowly, and I kind of push it away. Now always look at the shallot when you slice it, because otherwise you can get yourself, right? All right, and then you get to the end, you can do this. And then just a little bit faster, I would have actually won that stupid competition. I'm really over it. Thank God they have wine at these depots. But if you guys don't get any wine, see, I was at Costa Mesa, and by the 3rd course, man, it does the same amount of people. They're like, this is great, which is really fun, right? So once you get kind of good, it's the same thing. It's the same motion, just goes a little bit quicker, right? And you'll never cut yourself because all you do is see my fingers aren't even close to that, right? So that's how you get that going. All right. So a little bit of canola oil in a hot wok. This is an all-clad wok, my favorite wok of all time. They happen to sell them here at Macy. Oh yeah, they said Ming Tsai sent you, and you get a special price. It's called retail. Why they're good? They're thick. There's actually core in them, right? Stainless steel on the outside, stainless steel on the inside, aluminum core. That's important because it heats the bottom and brings the heat on the outside. None of us, myself included, actually have something. Maybe one of you do out there, maybe the same person that doesn't know how to slice, has a real wok burner at home, which is a 60,000 BTU, just like a Chinese restaurant, right? Huge. And the flames come on the side, and the art of wok cooking is that super hot, intense heat. Well, I'm sure none of you have that at home. I don't either. So you need to use a really thick, good wok like an all-clad. Flat bottom, because again, you get the traditional round ones and you only have one point of contact, especially if you have a halogen or one of the glass or electric burners, one point of contact, you'll never get heat. So make sure you have flat bottom, even for gas. And you can see kind of the gas at least covers the bottom and the heat does come up on the side. So that's important. And one trick I do is if you have those kind of suede, whatever, not, I can't say condom, but suede, you know, grip, you know what I'm talking about? The ones that are heat proof. I actually take my wok, I put it in the oven, cranked all the way at 550 degrees. Get it super hot, then put it on the stove, but then make sure you either do this and put a towel on it, just so your wife or girlfriend or whatever doesn't grab it. And by the way, my suggestion is your wife or girlfriend shouldn't be in the same kitchen. Just a suggestion. Because if you grab it, you can really hurt yourself, all right? But if you do that, the wok starts at 550, you can make this sizzle. You want to maintain that sizzle. You don't want to, if it goes down, you don't have this intense heat, you're braising it. And then you're losing kind of the art of wok cooking. Here we have a little bit of garlic. Here we have some great Granny Smith apples that we diced up, or julienne. You can use a mandolin. And yes, I'm sure over at aisle 2 over there they sell mandolins too. Great little tool. But I'll show you. So we get these mussels in now. All right. We were steaming lobsters once. I was at Silks in the Mandarin, and the human resource director came by, and there was a really loud whining noise, which is the steam coming out of the back. And we convinced Josiane that those were the lobsters screaming. She was horrified. She said, oh, it's so sad. I know, can you hear that? See, those are the girl lobsters. She had no idea. All right? Smells good already, right? We haven't even done anything yet. We just got lobster going. Or mussels going. A little bit of salt. Black pepper sake is the flavor component. So a lot of black pepper, like a tablespoon, all right? So, you know, hang out, open a beer, watch Simply Ming, because I would absolutely stop watching Food Network. You kidding me? Just kidding, just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. But a lot. These are spicy black pepper sake mussels, all right? Kind of inspired by, have you ever been to Singapore? They have black pepper crab. Kind of the inspiration. So that's a good amount of black pepper. Sake. This is a great brand. It's called Taiku Sake. Taiku Sake is the Jumai Ginjo. Sake is made from rice. All rice is brown. Once you polish it, it's white, right? The brown hull is removed. The more you polish it, the purer the rice gets. The more expensive it gets, the better the flavor. So if you start, let's say the rice is this big, you go all the way 50% and then down to 30%, that's how you can get Jumai Ginjo, which is even a purer sake and hence more expensive. All right? A little bit of sake. Then we're going to cover it. Because I don't want you to hear the screaming mussels. And cover it so they'll kind of steam itself and then all the mussels will open and cook. Because you want to cook your mussels through. You don't really want kind of raw mussels. Is this wine or is it sake? There's more sake. That's pretty good. All right, I'm going to show you. This will literally take about, I don't know, 2 more minutes. If you are going to use the knife, and by the way, do you want to see how you tell the knife is sharp? Put it this way. That's a sharp knife. This is how I get my kids to clean their rooms. Go upstairs, whack. They're like, oh! It works every time. So this is washed, right? Apples are great. There's a core. So make slices till you get to the core. Turn around the other way. Keep the skin on, because when you're cooking it, the integrity of the apple keeps itself better with the skin. Otherwise, it can kind of turn to mush. All right? Once you have that, stack up your slices. And keep in mind, guys, this is for home cooking. So we don't need to be fancy. It's not a French restaurant. It's not a perfect brunoise or perfect dice or perfect chiffonade. It doesn't matter. This is for you and your kids, right? So, like that, stack them up and then go through them one more time. In French, this is called julienne. We just call them 1-inch, quarter-inch sticks, right? Matchsticks, or bâton if you want. Do you guys need some help? Hey, bud? You have to leave with the cookbook? That's a really good idea. You have to leave with the cookbook. Okay, or you won't get let out. Look.